Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Fanie Naude here, and welcome to another one of our long form videos. Today we are going to talk about getting your ideal clients, the organic digital strategy for accountants. So if you have watched our two previous long form videos, the foundations of marketing and how to craft and deliver your message to your niche, this video is going to make a lot more sense. So if you have not watched those videos, please go ahead and do so. Otherwise, nothing of this is going to make sense. Because today we're going to take a deep dive into how exactly everything fits together, how your foundations and your message fits together, and implementing the digital strategy. So let us jump right into today's video. So if we're going to start, it's going to be about how people are thinking, how people are doing stuff on social media. So imagine someone sending you a message and you're thinking about, okay, well, who's this person? They're sending me a message. What you're going to do? First thing you're going to do, you're going to go to their profile, you're going to research them, and you're going to see exactly who they are before you reply them. Let's say, for example, you're on LinkedIn and someone sends you an invite. What's the first thing that you're going to do? You're either going to just accept because you want to grow your audience, or you're going to go and research them. You're going to look at their profile, see what they're all about, and see, are they going to add some value to your network? So the first thing that you need to do is you need something that they can research, meaning you need to build your foundations into your social profile. So today we're just going to cover two. It's going to be Facebook and LinkedIn. It's going to be the major points where people go to research you and see exactly what you're doing. And a lot of these things are, it's catching on, but it's so slow catching on where you can advertise your message and where you can put your message. And this is exactly what we're going to do now. So in Facebook, you have a few places that you can put your message out there to show people what exactly you are doing, that it is extremely clear on who do you help and how do you help them. Because otherwise the people are just going to research you, see, oh, well, I don't really know what this person's doing. Should I really accept him as a friend? Should I accept him as a connection, and all of those things? So let us jump into Facebook. Now, Facebook has a few places. Now, it's your bio. This is just, I'm going to put some screenshots on the video as well, just to show you exactly where they are. So it's your bio, and in the previous video, we basically went over your message and the two ways on basically crafting your message and how to deliver your message. So the one was the I help statement, and the other one was the story message. Now, in the bio, it's basically just like a tagline. It's just a headline of what do you do. Now, this is not enough characters to really portray a story. So this is a little bit better for your I help statement. You know, I help blank by blank to blank. So this is, go and watch the previous video if you don't understand what I'm saying. Otherwise, it's not going to make any sense. It's the first thing is your bio. So you can just edit that in your I help statement. It's already a massive improvement on your profile. Next thing a lot of people overlook is your background. Now, this is the background image behind your profile photo. So this is actually free marketing space, because that is the first thing that they see. Now, a lot of people like to put some nature photos and stuff like that in there, but it's really not necessary because, or let's say, for example, it's free marketing space. So think of a banner or a billboard next to your accounting practice that says, what do you do? Well, this is basically what the background is intended for if you want to run your business on Facebook or LinkedIn. It's like the banner that shows what you're doing. So there's a lot more space that you can utilize there. There's a few lovely programs like Canva you can use to, really put your message in there that it looks appealing. I'm going to show some examples of myself and my profile as well on how exactly you can put in your background to show exactly what you're doing to everybody that sees your profile. Now, the nice thing about your background and your bio, well, actually more about your background, is if someone hovers over your profile or over your name, if you made a comment in a group or made a comment on a post or something like that, it's going to show you this little image that comes up, and immediately it's going to show your background image with your profile image. So immediately people can see, this person uses their profile for business, and this is exactly what they are doing. So this is a nice place to put in your story message. Now, the next one is your featured photo. So a lot of people go and show off, oh, I have such great times. If you want to run your business on social media, this is another place where it's free advertising, where you can basically create a featured photo that gives some value or leads them into a funnel or leads them to something of value for yourself or for them. So basically you want their contact details. Let's say, for example, you have a lead magnet that's connected to that. It's a great way for everybody that sees your profile to give you their email or their contact information in return for some value. So that means that all of those people are leads because they are interested in what you are doing. So that is your featured photo, and we call that a value message, meaning you give something of value. Now the next thing is valuable posts on your wall. Like I said, it's not really necessary for you guys to do videos and all of that, but every now and again it's always good to show and give some value to your network and give some value to your friends on Facebook, because this is extremely powerful to show you know what you're doing and you know the struggles and pains that they're going through. So make the value posts about them, about the foundations that you did in the video 1. Now the next one is LinkedIn. There's a little bit more place because LinkedIn was created for business and to promote business in the professional world. So there's a lot more places that you can give some advertising, tell the people a little bit more about what you exactly do, because all of those spaces are there for a reason. It's not to show you, getting a job. It's not like a CV. It's not like an online CV. If you're running a business, you want to advertise your business on your LinkedIn profile because you want more clients. You don't want someone to hire you. You want more clients. So it should be appealing to your niche, to your clients that you want to reach. So the first one is your headline. It's basically the same as your Facebook bio. This is your I help statement. Then the background, the same thing, story message, you can put that in there as well. Quick note on both of these backgrounds. It's very important that you realize that the entire background image is not visible, meaning your profile photo is somewhere in there and means it covers some of the text. And I've seen a lot of people make this mistake. You give this nice message, but you can't see the message because your profile photo covers that text. Now that's a nice thing that you should realize is if you go onto your profile, you upload that image, you can immediately see where your profile photo is going to be. You need to edit it accordingly. Another pro tip is it should be visible on your mobile as well. So there's a big difference between the desktop version of the background image and the mobile version. The mobile version is a lot smaller, so you can't upload two different images, for the one for the mobile and one for the desktop. So you need to edit the desktop one that it's visible on your phone as well. So that's why you'll see my images as well. It's a lot more smaller and it looks like I'm wasting space on the sides, but all of those spaces are not visible on mobile. So very important to keep that in mind. Next one is your about section or your summary. It used to be the summary, I think it's now about section. And this is a very nice place because this is, if someone saw your profile, they saw your headline and think, oh yes, this sounds so intriguing, saw your background image, this is now where they want some details. They want a little bit more about what you do because at this point they're basically already interested. So now we have a little small structure here that we use, and it's basically according to the story structure. It follows the same sort of structure. So the first thing is we want to entice them to read further. So we start off with the story message that is going to entice them to read further. Then next one is here's what I can do for you. Very simple, in 2 sentences or in 1 sentence. Give them a high level of what you can do for them, meaning only speak about their problems, pains and challenges. Don't speak about yourself. Then here's how we do it, meaning this is your solution. Now don't go into the minute details of all the 1,000 services that you offer. This is just telling them that you have a proven process to help them solve their problems or basically relieve their pains and stuff like that. This is not the minute details. This is a high level of just selling. This is how you do it. This is your process. You have a proven process. You have helped people before. So here's why it works. So basically just showing you, this is the social proof of, okay, this is why my solution works, because we understand the industry better. We have had these results with these companies and so forth. It's a nice place to just show them that you know what you're doing, so that you understand their problems in depth. Then Here's how you can get it. Very important. This is like the call to action. You want it to make it extremely clear on how they can work with you. This is not about, okay, learn more, this is where you can do this. This is about, this is how you schedule a call with us and do it right now. This is how you get in contact with us right now. That should be extremely clear on how they work with you. So if someone wants to work with you and they don't know how, you're going to lose a lot of business because they just want something very simple on how they work with you. Still unsure, I put that in there just for basically, if you're giving some value, if you're giving some valuable posts, you're writing some articles, or you have a blog, or you have a website and so forth, and the people are like, oh, okay, all of this is very nice, but I'm not yet there to make the call. I'm not yet there to schedule the call. Now, this is where you can offer extra value or extra social proof. Basically giving them a link to your blog or your website or whatever the value is going to be, but this is just to give them that little bump on, you actually need to schedule a call with us. And then finally, this is your main profile section, and usually everybody has a business description, meaning you say you work at so-and-so, or you're the CEO or the founder or the owner of your accounting practice, and usually there's this section where you can say what your business is all about. Now this is your story message, but this is basically how I did it on my profile. Is I took this, instead of just using those headings, I just made it into a little bit more of a story, into a few paragraphs. Basically saying the same thing here, only here just for in case the people didn't really care about the about section and they went directly to my business and saw what the business is doing. Now it's basically the same thing, don't copy it just over word for word. People are immediately going to see that. Just restructure the message, just restructure basically just how you tell this message in that format. Just do it over here in a little bit longer format, a little bit more than paragraphs, telling a little bit more of a story. Never here did I say anything about tell them your history, tell them how long you've been in business or anything like that. If they want all of those information, that could be on the about section on your website. That's not necessary here. Only thing you want here is them intrigued, interested in working with you. And the most easy way that they can get in touch with you to start working with you. That's the only thing here. Don't give unnecessary information. Only talk about them and their problems. Tell them you have a solution and tell them you can get them to their desired situation. That's the only thing that all of this is about. Because when you're implementing this strategy now, you're going to see exactly, the people is going to research you a lot. And if they see that and that is well structured and your message is well crafted, they're going to want to work with you because this is implementing the strategy. It's only 2 steps, extremely simple. Any business can do this. This is especially for accountants because we help accountants. So this is the two steps. Grow your niche audience and reach out to your audience. It's simple as that. But you first need to have these foundations in place before you start growing your niche or reaching out to people. Because if you grow your niche and you invite someone, the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to research you. And if they don't find anything of value, they're not going to accept you as a connection. Or they just accept or reject because they just want more people in the network, and those people are notoriously hard to convince to work with you because they're not even willing to do the 2-minute research of seeing exactly what you do. So for growing your niche and your audience, it takes a lot of time when you do it manually. So we don't do it manually at all. We use 2 different softwares. For LinkedIn, we use Linked Helper, and for Facebook, we use Friend Connector. Now, the only reason we use these softwares is to save time. So if I'm going to add 100 people a day on LinkedIn, that's going to take me like 3 hours or 4 hours of doing that manually to see exactly who I need to add and all that. These programs can run in the background and they just add those people in your specific niche for you. Now, LinkedIn Helper is an independent software company. Friend Connector you can actually get a hold of through us, but this is just to save you some time because I'm not willing to spend 3 to 4 hours just inviting people. I would rather do the research and really do the research when reaching out to them than inviting them, because you don't even know when someone's really going to accept you. So why would you do all of those research if you don't even know the person accepted you or not? So that's the two softwares that we use. And the next step, if you're doing this on a daily basis, I would say for Facebook, you would say add around 30 to 50 people a day. Usually we target groups, like let's say for example you're targeting physiotherapists. There's usually some sort of groups where physios just talk to each other, or you're targeting wedding venues. It's going to be a group about wedding venues, everybody talking to each other. So there's usually those specialized groups where you can find people to add to your network or add to your friends list. Now, this works extremely well when you really go and target your specific niche. And with both those softwares, you can target your specific niche. So 50 people a day, 30 to 50 people a day with Friend Connector and with LinkedIn Helper, you can easily go to 100 people a day for LinkedIn, and it resets every day. So don't go and think you can, it's like over a week and you just do 1,000 a day. LinkedIn's going to ban you. They're going to see you just spamming people, but they have a limit and it's around 100 people. So you can easily go 100 people per day with that software. And if you do that, around 30 to 40% of those are going to accept your invitation. And those are the people that you want to reach out to. Now, this is extremely simple about just growing a niche, growing a niche audience and just reaching out to them. So the reason why we did those two previous videos is now, if you want to reach out to them, you want a message that's aimed at them, that's really going to resonate with your market. So there's two different strategies we use to reach out. The first one is a direct message. This is only for LinkedIn, and this is if they did the research. So if you have LinkedIn Premium, you can see who viewed your profile. You can see who did the research before accepting you. Now, if they did the research, that means they saw all of this. Means they already know what you're doing. They already know what your value proposition is and how you can help them. So the only thing that you need to do here is just tell them, well, thanks for the connection. I saw you visited my profile. And then you ask a question about the main problem pain. Do you need a solution for your cash flow problems, if that's the thing? For us, it's ideal clients. So I'm going to ask, well, are you searching for more ideal clients? So this is about asking one question about the main problem and pain if they want that solved. Now, the reason why they did that research is because they saw your headline, they went through your profile, saw exactly what you did, but they didn't want to pull the trigger and message you. There's so few people that would go out of their way and actually message you, but they still have the problem. This is why this is so powerful. It's just giving them that first step of working with you because they're scared to message you first. So this is just about sending that first message. Usually going to get a reply like, yes, I want that solved. Yes, I'm struggling with this. And then what you want to do after that is you follow that with your story message of exactly how you want to do it or how you do it, and with a call to action to climb on a call. So this is basically telling them you can solve that main problem or pain for them. And how you're going to do this is you need to explain it over the phone. So the whole idea here is to get them on the phone, sell them on the phone, because as soon as you have them on the phone, you can have an in-depth discussion about everything that's wrong in their business, everything that they're struggling with, and really take them through that psychological process of really helping them, make them understand that you are the bridge between their current and desired situation. So the whole idea with all of this, get them on a call. Get them on a call. Get them on a Zoom call or a phone call. Really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you want to speak with them. Now, the second strategy is your story message. This is if they did no research, meaning they just accepted you. And there's a bunch of people that does this. They just want more people in their connections. They don't even look at your profile. So this is extremely powerful because they didn't do anything. So the first thing that you send is a personalized first line along with your story message with a call to action. So this is basically like 3 paragraphs. Basically, first one, personalized first line. And this is just to get them to reply, to show that you did the research. You went to their profile, you went to their website, and you got a compliment that you could not send to someone else. Meaning you did the research. You went and saw and looked at their business. This increases your response rate by like 5 times. Like this, it's incomparable about how much better this works. If you just send your story message and a call to action, everybody's thinking, oh, it's just spam. They don't personalize the message. They didn't do the research. They probably send this to 1,000 people. as soon as you put in that personalized first line, they feel like you're speaking directly to them. Because if that compliment can't be sent to someone else and it's specifically aimed at them, they feel so special at that moment because you're really messaging them. You're not messaging 1,000 people and hoping 10 of them reply. You really did your research, and it makes them feel special that you're really messaging them. So it really works well to put in a personalized first line. Basically just a compliment, a quick compliment, nothing longer than one sentence about something that's particular to them, that they really care about. Then with the story message along with that end with a call to action. So basically just quickly telling them, well, you solve these problems, you take them through the story, you have the solution, and then finally get them on a call. Because if you message someone, like I said in the beginning, the first thing that they're going to do is research, see your profile. Okay, I see exactly what this guy's doing. He probably can help me, can't help me. And if he replies, you know that he went through all of this and he actually wants to work with you. At that point, you want the call to action. You want them on the call. So it depends on your niche, how long that message is going to last. Sometimes people first want to have a chat. They first want some more information over the chat. Now, if it's very complicated questions, just tell them you can describe this a lot better if we just climb on a quick call just to show them a little bit more, because you cannot write paragraphs and paragraphs about solving their problems. It's just not possible. The whole idea is get them on the call. So extremely easy. Once again, grow your niche audience, reach out to your audience. And if you did the work with the first video, building those foundations, then you can put this in such a nice structure. Everybody's going to impress. Everybody's going to be working with you or wanting to work with you if they have the problems that you're solving. And the second video, the message, the story message that you send to those people needs to resonate with the market. All of this, the most simple strategy, doesn't cost you anything to do this, and it could easily get you 3 to 5 ideal clients every single month. No joke, we're doing this for ourselves, we're doing this for some of our clients, and the results is just automatic. As long as you did the work and put the foundations in place and you crafted your message towards that specific niche, this works like a charm. So thank you everybody for watching. I really hope this created you some value, because this strategy is so easy to implement and so easy to do. I really hope all of you go ahead and give us some messages about all of the clients that you signed up with this process, because we know this is proven. We're doing this for years at this stage, and we really know it works. So thank you everybody for tuning in for this long form video. We'll keep you updated about our next one, but these three is basically a trio of exactly how everything fits in together. So you'll see the puzzle coming together if you watch all three of these videos to see exactly how we get those ideal clients for our clients. So thank you everybody, and enjoy the rest of your week.